Okay, so good day po my fellow taong bayan mga kasimor, at ngayon po pag-usapan lang natin yung ginawa po naming press con kanina sa Kamuning Bakery para po sa situation ni Attorney Mans Carpio. So again, for those of you who do not know po, I was recently engaged by Attorney Mans Carpio as his spokesperson po. So we clarified some legal positions po niya kasi currently ay sobrang gulo na po yung political noise at na dadamay na po talaga si Attorney Mans despite him being a private individual. So ang gagawin ko po today, unang-una explain ko sa inyo yung mga inflow and outflow ng cash transactions kasi based po dun sa report ng AMLAC dun sa April 22 hearing po ng Committee on Justice ay because of that inflow-outflow ay nagkaroon ng 6 billion sa records ni Attorney Mans Carpio. And then pangalawa po, i-discuss ko rin kung bakit today lang po May 4, 2026, dinenay officially ni Attorney Mans yung alleged 6 billion na yun despite it being an issue na since April 22 pa. And then, i-discuss ko din po yung error na nangyari sa BPI amounting to 2 billion pesos kasi based on our observations po dun sa AMLAC report ay mukhang sinama po nila yun dun sa transactions. And then lastly po, magdi-discuss din ako about the constitutional right to be presumed innocent kasi ngayon ang china-challenge naman po kay Attorney Mans after denying ay bakit daw hindi nilang mag-sign ng waiver para matapos yung issue. So yan po ang magiging discussion natin for today. Okay, so una po, if you want to watch the actual press con, visit lang po kayo sa Facebook page ko. This one po, kita nyo naman. Currently po, may 310,000 followers na po tayo. And then, if you look for this post, ito may mga photos na to, may kita po nyo sa comment section yung actual press con link. And to start things off po, panoorin muna natin briefly yung explanation ni Attorney Danao as to the inflow and outflow po dun sa financial records ni Attorney Mans.
Ito po yung parang mainit na issue no, dun sa 6 billion. So, you can quote me on this, no? Attorney Carpio said that the 6 billion is fake and a lie. Wala siyang ganung pera. Okay? You can quote Attorney Carpio on that. It is fake and a blatant lie. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, marites po yun. Ha? Marites lang, chismis. Okay? Dahil ang ginawa po ng AMLAC, kung babalikan nyo po, sinasabi na transaction value. Di ba? So, yung total amount ng mga transaction, inad-add nila. Dagdag, withdrawal, deposit, running balance. Para po ma-explain ko po mabuti, meron pong sample dito. Diba? Sa bank account nyo po, di ba? Sa libreta, passbook, meron pong entrada dyan, di ba? Una, yung credit or deposit, di ba? Tapos pangalawang entrada, merong debit o withdrawal. Okay? Tapos pangatlong entrada, merong balance, running balance. Okay? Kunyari, sa example natin na to, okay? Nag-initial deposit ka ng 100 pesos. Okay? So, sa kaliwa, andun yung credit, 100 pesos, kulay green. Siyempre, ang balance mo, yung first slide. Yan, okay? So, yung green, nag-deposit ka sa left side. So, ang balance mo sa kulay blue, 100 pesos kasi nag-deposit ka, di ba? Okay. So, next transaction, withdraw mo yung 100. Okay? So, papasok yan dun sa debit, kulay pula. Siyempre, withdraw mo yung 100 mo, ang balance mo 0. Di ba? Tapos, the next day, nag-deposit ka ng 50 pesos. Di ba? So, nasa left side yun, yung kulay green. Siyempre, ang balance mo, 50 pesos. Kulay blue. Okay? Tapos, nag-deposit ka ulit ng 50 pesos the next day. Okay? So, ang balance mo na ngayon, 100. Nasa kanan, di ba? So, ngayon, yung balance mo ng 100 na yun, withdraw mo ulit, 100. Yun, nasa red. Siyempre, 0 balance ka na. Okay? So, ang ginawa nila, number of transactions. So, ilang transaction yan? Una, nag-deposit 100. Isa. Pangalawa, nag-withdraw ka 100. Dalawa. Pangatlo, nag-deposit ng 50 pesos. Pang-apat, nag-deposit ng 50 pesos. Pang-lima, nag-withdraw ng 100. So, total transactions, 5. Okay? Ang total transaction value nun, i-add mo yung 100 na dineposito mo, add mo yung 100 na withdraw mo, i-add mo yung 50 na dineposito mo, i-add mo yung 50 na deposito mo, i-add mo yung 100 na withdraw mo. Pag tinotal mo yan, 100 plus 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 100, 400. So, yun ang sinasabi ng transaction value. Kaya sa totohanan, ang balance mo, 0. Di ba? Ay, hindi nila sinasabi yun. Hindi nila in-explain na nang mabuti sa mga tao na yung number of transactions mo at yung total transaction value ay magkaiba sa actual balance nyo. Diba? Tingnan nyo po yung libreta nyo. Magkaiba po yung transactions sa balance.
Okay, so nag-gets nyo naman po yung point, diba? From a single deposit po of 100 pesos, nagkaroon ng total transaction amount of 400 pesos. And that is because yung isang pag-deposit ay winidraw, tapos rinideposit lang din po ng 50-50, tapos winidraw din po ulit. So, yan po ang hindi klaro talagang na-present dun sa Committee on Justice na hindi to siya actual pera na nandun po sa account ni Attorney Mans. Kasi iba po yung balance from the transactional amount lang or transactional value. Transactional amount po is basically pagpasok at paglabas ng pera mo. So binibilang po nila yon at ina-add isa-isa. And then yung isa pa po na maganda ring i-take note natin dito ay pag yung nagkaka-interest yung pera natin. So let's say yung 100 mo magka-interest ng 5 pesos. So of course magkakaibang balance rin po yun. So baka in-add din yun nung AMLAC ngayon na kahit 5 pesos interest lang yung nadagdag ay binilang ulit nila as a new 105 kasi lalabas ulit po yan dun sa credit na may 5 pesos na kinredit on top of the 100. Diba? Tapos ngayon, kung let's say may withholding tax naman po na ibabawas, diba ngayon may 20% na po sa withholding tax. So pagbawasan ng piso, yung 5 pesos na interest na yun, mag-change yung balance naman po to 104 naman, baka binilang ulit yun ng AMLAC yung ganong movement just because nagkakaroon ng plus minus even via interest and withholding taxes. So yan po yung observation namin based dun sa AMLAC records po, alleged AMLAC records na nakuha namin online and dun sa tiningnan po namin sa YouTube clips ng House of Representatives. Diba? So again, in summary po, magkaiba yung transactional amount from actual amount or balance na nandun po sa account ng isang tao. And in very simple terms po, according to Attorney Mans, ay wala po siyang ganong amount na 6 billion pesos. Okay? And then mamaya po, may explain din ako about a transactional error, yung amounted to 2 billion. Pero ngayon po, i-address ko muna kung bakit ngayon lang nag-deny talaga officially si Attorney Mans as to that 6 billion amount despite the issue nagsimula nung around April 22 pa after nung Committee on Justice hearing. Yung main reason po talaga niyan is because nag-request po kami ng copies nung official AMLAC records, yung pinresent po nila sa Committee on Justice. Pero ang problema po up to present date, May 4, 2026, ay wala pa rin po silang binibigay sa amin na official copy. And the reason po kaya kami humingi ng copy is of course we wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt na they are in good faith dun sa ginagawa nila. And we also wanted to give them a reasonable time para mabigyan po kami ng copy. Kasi of course, we have to assume na may good faith sila. Hindi naman tayo pwede mag-assume na may malis agad sila or bad faith, di ba? Pero yung naging dilemma po namin currently is due to that good faith din namin na we were expecting good faith from them ay na heavily politicized tuloy si Attorney Mans. Simula nung April 22 up to present, ginagawang issue bakit daw hindi directly dinanay. Tapos nag-file ng kaso, therefore may implied admission daw. So yan po, it is heavily politicized despite us giving them nga lang po yung benefit of the doubt and a reasonable time to provide us para of course makagawa rin kami ng appropriate response to that AMLAC report. So in other words, since naglapse na po yung reasonable period tapos nasobrahan na po sa politika ngayon, ay sinagot na lang namin directly as a showing of good faith. Okay? At kaya po namin sinasabing showing of good faith kasi currently si Attorney Mans, hindi naman po siya party to the impeachment case. Tapos wala ring cases filed against him. So strictly speaking po sa rules of procedure, hindi nga po niya actually kailangan sana talaga mag-deny. Pero since it is heavily politicized already, yun nga po as a showing of good faith, he decided na i-directly refute na lang talaga today, May 4, via this press con. Okay, at yung next naman po ngayon, after namin mag-press con, ang sinasabi naman, bakit daw kami sa press con sumasagot. So, ang masasabi ko lang dyan po, again, Attorney Mans po is not a respondent to the impeachment case. Yan po yung una. Pangalawa, there is no any pending case filed against him in relation to that kung saan proper venue sana to refute talaga yung claims na yon. Pero yun nga po, as a showing of good faith sa part ni Attorney Mans, ay he decided to refute the allegations para matigil na. And ito po, idagdag ko na lang din, dun sa April 22 hearing, hindi actually binigyan ng notice si Attorney Mans. Despite na, in that same hearing, nilabas yung personal records niya via the AMLAC records, yung alleged AMLAC records nga daw po. So again, that is also a possible violation din po ng right to due process ni Attorney Mans. Diba? Kasi, of course, kung isasama po siya, ibabanggitin yung pangalan niya dun sa kaso, then it would have been prudent to notify him na ganun yung mangyayari. Pero yun nga po, hindi siya binigyan ng notice, tapos pinresent pa rin at nilabas yung mga personal records niya. So again, i-reiterate ko lang po, kaya ngayon lang directly nag-refute talaga si Attorney Mans kasi yun nga po, we gave them the benefit of the doubt, we gave them a reasonable period to provide us an official copy. Pero yun nga po, after that reasonable period, tapos heavily politicized na nila, ay nag-decide na po si Attorney Mans to directly confront it as a showing of good faith kahit po walang pending case na final against him in relation to that 6 billion issue. Okay, so hopefully klaro po yan kasi baka po i-twist na naman, dagdagan na naman ng mga political commentaries or political attacks. Basta like what I have repeatedly explained since I was engaged by Attorney Mans, yung sa amin na po talaga is the rule of law. Si Attorney Mans po is willing to answer in the proper venue and to file and exhaust all available legal remedies for his benefit. Okay, so ngayon i-discuss ko naman po yung 2 billion na error po dun sa financial records ni Attorney Mans na nandun din po yun sa AMLAC records yung pinresent sa House of Representatives. Okay, so hindi ko na lang po i-flash dito sa screen kasi like what was explained by Attorney Danao dito sa presscon, meron ding prohibition against media from disclosing yung ganong information. So as a protection na lang po to all of you na nanonood po sa akin ay hindi ko na lang i-flash para iwas na tayo dun sa possible Section 8A ng RA 9160 as amended na violation. Okay, but if you want to review etong lahat ng sinasabi ko, i-search nyo lang po yung AMLAC records na yan kasi kalat naman na po yan online. Makikita nyo po yan dun sa may dulo, yung transaction record na yan. Okay, so yung point ko lang po talaga dito, ang isa pong kliyente ni Attorney Mans nagbayad sa kanya na 2 million pesos lang dapat. Pero nagkamali po yung bangko at yung napasok ay 2 billion pesos dun sa records niya. So of course, to correct that error ng bank, nilabas din nila yung 2 billion na yon para matama na 2 million lang dapat. So kung makita po nyo, from that very error, nagkaroon na ng 4 billion in financial transaction records si Attorney Mans kasi pinasok po yung 2 billion tapos nilabas din siya para makorek nga to 2 million. So if you follow po, yung explain namin sa inyo kanina, yung isang 2 billion, naging 4 billion. Eh di ba yung allegations po kay Attorney Mans is nasa 6 billion. So yung more than half po dun sa ina-allege sa kanya ngayon ay nawala na agad via lang that one error nung isang bangko. So yan lang din po ang maganda sanang ma-take note dito na yung 2 billion na yun was not properly discussed po in the House of Representatives despite it being included po dun sa AMLAC report. So of course, I also will not speculate na kung ano yung reason ng House bakit hindi nila dinisclose yun. But I just want to inform all of you kasi nandun din po yun talaga na 2 million lang dapat pero 2 billion yung nalagay. Okay, and then ngayon po i-discuss ko naman sa inyo kasi after this press con yung sinasabi naman bakit daw hindi na nga lang mag-sign ng waiver para matapos na lahat yung issue. And yung position po namin dyan sa mga ganyang statements or ganyang challenge is number one, of course, we respect their right to free speech, their opinion, kasi yun nga po, free speech nila yan. And number two, kung i-allow po natin yung ganyang political narrative, that is actually a violation po of the Constitution. Kasi tandaan po natin, in criminal prosecution, ang pinaka-foundation po niyan is the right to be presumed innocent ng isang akusado. So ngayon po, if they are alleging na Attorney Mans did something illegal or that he is an accused, yung nag-a-apply po at present is the constitutional right to be presumed innocent. So in other words, kung tingin po nila si Attorney Mans ay may mali, sila po yung may burden magpakita nun. Hindi po si Attorney Mans yung may obligation to defend himself at tulungan basically yung prosecution in simple terms po. Diba? Again, if we will allow that kind of narrative, that is a violation po of the Constitution because that will completely change po the procedure of criminal prosecution and will be in violation of the right to be presumed innocent. Kasi yun nga po, currently, the presumption is in favor of the accused. So ang burden ngayon is for them to refute that presumption. Diba? Kasi presumed innocent po eh. And then pangatlo po, since wala namang any actual case filed, then Attorney Mans nga po is not in the proper venue pa talaga to answer. But despite that nga po, as a showing of good faith, dininay niya na po itong mga allegations na to hopefully settle po the political noise and makafocus lang tayo dun sa mga legal issues talaga. Okay, so overall, ang masasabi ko lang po talaga, maging mindful po tayong lahat at huwag natin i-mix and match yung political noise from legal procedure kasi nagugulo lang dyan yung ordinary members of the taong bayan. Diba, if we want to present a legal position, maging honest lang po tayo, wag natin idaan sa politika. Kasi that's not how you win cases, diba? You do not win cases via trial by publicity, kundi via legal arguments na may legal basis talaga at may strong foundation para panigan ka ng judge. Diba? That's the proper way po to address legal issues. Again, it should never be via trial by publicity or political persecution. Wag po sana natin i-mix and match at i-confuse yung taong bayan from the proper legal process. Diba? Let us all follow the rule of law and the rule of just law. Okay, so hopefully klaro po yan. If you like more legal videos and current events, subscribe lang po kayo sa channel ko. And until next time, see you all po. Bye-bye.